Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Ashdoor Pavement ME Design, the Designer's Corner. My name is Chadwick Becker with Applied Research Associates. Today's video, we're going to look at how to add and manage users in your tenant. Let's get started. First, we need to log into the app, and remember, you'll need to be a tenant administrator in order to manage users in a tenant. After you log in, you should see the navigation menu on the left. We're going to click on the Tenant Management menu item. This is going to take us to the tenants page. Here we can see a list of all the tenants that we have access to. Most agencies are only going to have one tenant, and therefore only a single selection will be available. We're going to go ahead and click on PMed Test Tenant. This is going to take us to the Workspaces component. We need to be in the Users component to manage the users, so we're going to click on that next. And here we can see a list of users that have access to the tenant. At the top of the user list, we can see the Add New button, and we're going to click on that to add a new user. And before I do that, just some really quick information about what we're seeing here. So we have user names, user emails, status of the user, whether they're online or offline, an edit button for groups, policies, and subscriptions, whether or not the user should have access to the tenant, and a delete button to remove the user from the tenant. Note that my account doesn't have that delete button. That is because my account is the only tenant administrator available on the tenant, which cannot be removed. So if I wanted to delete this account, I would need to make somebody else the tenant admin before I could delete it. So we're going to click on the Add New button to add a new user. And that's going to ask us to, it's going to pop up in a dialog. It's going to ask us to put in a user's email. So we'll put in a test email here. And then we'll select a subscription to associate with that user's account. And we'll click the Send Invite button. So that's going to send an invite to the user. That invite is going to look like this. There's an invitation email from ARA_TID_pavementme@ara.com. If the user doesn't already have a PMed account, it's going to provide a customer ID and a tenant ID. So that way, when the user creates the account, they can associate, their account will automatically be associated with this customer ID and tenant ID. If the user already has an account, it's just going to associate the account with the tenant, and the user will have the ability to switch to that tenant using the user management tools here by clicking on this little person icon and then clicking on manage. And that'll show you what tenants are associated with your account as well as what subscriptions are associated with your account. And then you're able to switch between those using this component. We'll head back to the users page. Okay, so I've invited a new user, and they show up in a new table called pending registration users. Down here at the bottom, you can see when we sent the invite. We can send a reminder email. We can set policies for this user, or we can remove them from the tenant. So we might want to come in here and set some policies for this user, allowing them to manage libraries and workspaces, maybe allowing them to switch their subscription, or maybe we want them to be able to do things with IP whitelist. So those are all policies that you can grant to the user. We're not going to grant any at this time. We'll just keep them as a regular user. So we'll hit done. Go back to the users page. Once the user has created their account, they will get a confirmation email. So it'll just say, it'll come from the same address, ara_tid_pavementme@ara.com. It'll just be confirm your email. Once they click the link, that will confirm their account in the system, and they will be ready to go. Their account will, this will then move their pending registration up into the users list. And that should be it. So that once they've confirmed their email, they're pretty much done inviting users. If you have lists of users, you do have to go through this process for each user. We have had a couple requests for allowing you to bulk add users to the system, and we're looking to implement that as a feature in a later version of the product. So I want to thank you for watching this edition of the Designer's Corner. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at pavementmedesign@ara.com, or you can check out our website at ashwarepavementme.org. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Designer's Corner.